What is going on, guys? Good morning, miners. Hope you all are doing well and fantastic wherever you guys are. Try and get the microphone not in the way of my chat. That's better. That way I can read chat and still talk to y'all with the crispest voice possible. Let's see here. What is up? What is up? Retro Mike, good morning, my dude. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. I think we got everything up and rolling. Hit phone mining, my man. Yeah, no phone mining. Sadly mistaken, my dude. One, I knew the title would draw you in. And anyone else that is phone mining, because this is important. Oh my gosh. My baby is in there screaming at the top of his lungs. Utopia for the win. Yeah, it's not too bad, man. Of the short time that I was letting it run, made a couple thousand sats. It's not bad. Not bad. Explosions are fun. Yeah. That is the truth. But yeah, no, I was actually installing Windows on the Intel PC last night. Got everything, installed and good. But I was having issues with the Intel drivers being installed. I kept getting errors, and then it was giving me in resizable bars not enabled. It is supported, but not enabled. So I went into BIOS, tried to enable it, wasn't there. Turned on 4G encoding, and now I get no display because 4G encoding doesn't work with Intel's. So now I gotta unplug those cards, plug in a different card, so that way I can turn off 4G encoding. But from my initial testing of last night, I was having issues with the Intel drivers. They installed, but they installed with an error. Told me to reboot and try reinstalling. I didn't reboot or try to reinstall. The drivers said they worked, technically. And I can control the fans and everything. I could control everything. But when I went to go enable what was it? GPUtopia on that PC. It did not enable the GPUs. The GPUs were sitting at 0%. But it could be because the drivers weren't installing correctly. I'm not sure why. But resizable bar is supposedly supported on the motherboard. Supported. Not enabled, but it's supported. Now I just couldn't find it in the BIOS though. But once I unplug those cards and plug in a different GPU to get 4G encoding up, I think I'll be good. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. It is kind of annoying. Did you try a BIOS update? Not yet. That is next on my list. Yeah, that's the next thing on my list. The only thing I do not like is that there's no like, I mean, I guess you could put it on a flash drive. I don't know if it would read it, but there's no like BIOS flash drive like my Asus motherboards have. You have a USB spot just for your BIOS. Should just be able. No, you can't. I don't know if you can update it from the BIOS. Well, I don't know if it'll search the interwebs. I have a few boards that had an update to a BIOS from the past few months, and the option toggled it on. Yeah. That'll probably what I'll have to do. After I disable 4G encoding. That's the first step, is disabling 4G encoding, because I can't do anything else at this current moment. Sadly. Let's see. Oh, I hate. There's so many videos in my history that I'm like haven't actually watched just because I've left my mouse over a video too long. It's throwing off my shiz. Asus boards and some others have a recovery mode. I flashed a MOBO and I won that way. Never trust used BIOS. So I'm trying to pull this. Trying to show you the motherboard that I'm using. I do not know. Yeah, of course. This item is ended. Yeah, cool. I never use resizable bar. Well, these are Intel cards, Cedric. So resizable bar is it's not required, but it's requested. Oh, before I get off of this though. Oh, well, no, it's fine. We'll do that in a second. We'll go here. So it is these motherboards. This specific motherboard. To be exact. Which is the same ones that we used for the 3060s when we were trying to get past the we were finagling that. That's where we were this is what we were using for the 3060s, right? To get past all the extra stuff. Now supposedly, from what I was reading, resizable bar is possible with these, but getting, I guess, a newer BIOS of this would be the way to go. But yeah, this is the board that I have two Intel Arc A750s on. This is the one. Where did you find the BIOS for that? I have not found the BIOS for this. Yeah, I have not. I need to find the BIOS for this, because it supports resizable bar, but it is not enabled. Yes, Matt Electron does have this. But that build, I think he's using a different board. I don't know if he's using this board. This is actually his video though. But he was using this for a proof of useful work build. Yeah, right here. Here's his ARC build. He's using a different motherboard though. The H510 Pro BTC. Different board, but has resizable bar. What is up, Chump Change fam? Good morning, my dudes and dudettes. Yeah, not the same board, but he does have this. So, I'm gonna try and find the BIOS for this, I guess. That's gonna be obviously the first step, is finding the BIOS that matches this. That way I can hopefully get the Intel cards to work completely. Because we have to have resizable bar for the Intel cards. Like it's a must, right? Retro Mike? Try Wim's BIOS page. Shoot me a link in Discord, TechMan. If you don't mind. But guys, so this is mainly for you, Retro Mike. Yeah, it's required for compute. Yeah, that's what I figured. Because that's why I'm getting errors with installing the drivers completely. I'm pretty sure. I got a ton out there years ago for my quad core. It wouldn't see 2 terabytes without it. Oh dang. Yeah, the driver complains. Yeah, because it's installing the driver, but it's giving me errors because and then the moment that it's done, it's like resizable bar supported but not enabled. Please enable resizable bar. You know, the huge. The huge. Oh, I gotta grab my knife. I don't have my knife. I have a box to open. Well, bam. China. Good morning from the Misfits. Good morning, Misfits. Guys, we got a cool box from Altair, right? I need to get opened up. It's got some really important goodies in it, right? I was hoping he sent stickers. My man. Altair, if you're watching this, dude, appreciate you. Is that one a magnet? It is. I got an Altair mining magnet. Nice. Perfect. Pleb miner. Classic. A holographic Altair sticker. And a zero emissions Bitcoin miner from Brain sticker. I dig that. I was hoping he would send some stickers. We went ahead and we grabbed one of these. So it's Brains OS on a SD card, a micro SD card. So that way I can do all of my testings for my S19J Pro. This one we will run ASIC.to. This one, clearly we're going to run Brains. And then, like we got, I went ahead and bought the Luxor one. I'm not the biggest fan of Luxor, to be completely honest, but I went ahead and grabbed that so that way I had it. Up next, well, bam. So this is the Nord Cloud line. That way we can run the what do you call it? The AC Infinity 8-inch inline fan directly like off of the board. Dig the box. Yeah, there we go. So there's the Nord Cloud line in the packaging. And then the part that I really had been waiting on. That really blows. Yeah, it will. Oops. Here's your ASMR for the day, guys. Time to wake up. It's a lot of plastic wrap. Jeez. Alright, I got it. Alright, so this, of course, doesn't look like much, right? Because it's just a faceplate. But it is specific to the S19 model of miners, right? So that way, our Epic control board for our S19 will actually have a faceplate. So just like that, everything will just line up and it'll work. Yep, just like that. Well, bam. Because, dang, he's alive. Yep, I am. So that way, I can use the Epic control board with my S19J Pro. It didn't show you for a redirect. Oh, dang, I'm sorry, man. I'm not sure. It did that the other day for me as well. But I run a BeagleBoard control board in my S19J Pro, so if I swap the control board to this control board, my faceplate will not line up at all, because the BeagleBoard's SD card is in the back and it's not in the front, and the buttons are in a different spot. So being able to use this with this will make it happy. Yeah, I did that to me the other day for, I think it was last Saturday, for y'all's live stream. For Misfit Mining, I couldn't forward it to y'all. But yeah, so now I have everything that I need for finishing the testing for the S19. So, which is I think it's pretty cool. I'm excited. Good morning, Doge. ETC. Nice. Alright, now, the reason for the video. My box binders are offline. Nice. Well, not nice. I actually bought a iPolo V1 Mini Classic, the 130 mega hash one from DCAminer, as a birthday present to myself. Had a pretty good birthday tech haul. Ending up, they're put a discount on Steam Decks, so gonna get a Steam Deck. If you guys, you don't have to, but if you go to DCA Discord and go into the gaming section, there's a BTC address if you want to donate some birthday Bitcoin and getting the Steam Deck and all of the accessories that I needed for it. I would greatly appreciate it because it's pretty FA. That way, when I go on my next trip, right, for going to the mining farm, which is next month, and then the month after that, and the month after that, because your boy basically works for the farm now. I would suppose that's be the best way to put it. Allegedly. Yeah. So I gotta go every month. And yeah. It gets boring inside the hotel room when you're not working. So this time, I'm going to get a Steam Deck for the next time I go. That way I can play my Steam games and do something while I'm there. So, going to get a Steam Deck and then end up buying a iPolo, which is pretty cool. And then the wife bought me one of these cool little devices. It's the Amberneck 351P. So it has all of the emulators and a crap ton of games on it. Though I am currently probably going to have to reflash either the SD card that it comes with, or I'm going to have to install a separate, like a different OS on it. Because I played 2 hours of Pokemon the other day. And yesterday, in fact, forgot to save. Well, I saved, but then didn't save after I caught a Pokemon. It died. Turned it back on. And all my save data was gone. So I had to start all the way from scratch. So I restarted. Got to picking my Pokemon, doing all that jazz. And then saved. Turned it off. Went to bed. Woke up. Turned it on. No save data. This would make the third time I've had to restart the game. So, I'm pretty annoyed, to say the least. And from what I was reading, it's a common thing for the Emulac is what they're using, which is open source Linux, but it's using Emulac, and apparently that's no good. It's a common issue. You have to save the game and properly close the game out, or it'll never save it. But there's no way to get to you can't go to the main home screen when you're in a game. You can click exit, but it just takes you to the main games home screen. So I'm not sure how you're gonna properly close the game out if you can't close the game. Whatever. I don't know. So that's where we are with that. It's a really cool device though. I was gonna play Mega Man Battle Network, I think 6, the Gregor and Franzer version, which is one of my favorites. But if saving is not a thing, I will not play that game. I will be PO'd if I get super far and then I'll lose all my stuff. Be super mad. Little known fact, I like Mega Man. Most of my rigs are named after Mega Man characters. Now you know. But don't phone mine whatsoever. Here's your ticking time bomb. Oh, it'll pick it up. Is it a swollen battery? Galaxy Note 8. So, I wasn't phone mining. I'm actually not really into phone mining, but I use this phone as a stream deck a lot. It's also like my secondary wallet phone. That makes sense. It doesn't have any data to it unless I hotspot from my device to this, or hotspot internet from my phone to this phone, right? Or I'm at home. So it doesn't have cellular data, and it stays plugged in 98% of its life, because I use it for my computer as a secondary, like basically a stream deck, where I can select scenes on OBS, etc., and do other things. So the phone stays plugged in a lot of the time. Took it with me to Texas. Left it in my car on a 113-degree day, and I'm assuming that's what did it in. I hadn't really used it since I've been back, and I went to go pick it up yesterday to use it to turn it on, and then I noticed that it felt weird in my hand, and I was like, what? Why does it feel so funny? And then I flip it over and I take the case off, and the whole back just opens with it, and I was like, oh, well, there's your problem. Now, luckily, because it broke the back case, because it literally busted the glue off probably while it was extremely hot. I might be able just to replace the battery. You can kind of pull up the Qi charger, and the battery is right below it. So I don't know if I should attempt it. If I should try and swap the battery out, because I really like this phone. It's been a great secondary phone. But yeah. Non-removable batteries. You got lucky the battery didn't puncture. Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. I'm afraid to turn it on at this point. You know what I mean? As soon as I saw it and I felt it, I turned the phone off completely. Turned it off and haven't turned it back on since. I'm hoping that I'll be able to just replace the battery since it opened itself. I should be able to just replace it. I hope. Because if I can't, I'm going to be very sad. Oh, solid. As soon as air hits the internals of the battery, it will explode. Solid. Duly noted. like that moment you have like life flashing before your eyes because you were just poking the battery like 5 minutes ago. How squishy it was. I'm just not going to touch it anymore. Before my luck runs out. Stop messing with it. Yeah. Craziness. Thank you, Tech Man. For sending me the link. I greatly appreciate that. I would take it to a phone repair place and let them do over $25. Like replace the battery for $25? Should I buy the battery first? Or just let them replace the battery? I would prefer them not to have like full access to my stuff. That makes sense. Hard pass. Yeah, I don't think so. Good looking out, computer. Let them replace it. Cool. Will do. I just thought it was absolutely crazy that it was like it did that. Let them replace it, or at least let them assess it first. Right on. Will do. For sure got lucky. I know that for like for certain. For certain. I do know. I saw you tag me, and then I saw HiveOS officially put this out. Intel Arc GPUs initial support. Well, I can't test it until I turn off 4G encoding, but apparently, initial support has been added. From their post yesterday, what I heard is Mikkel wants mining phones for his birthday. I wouldn't say no. I don't want them, but I wouldn't say no. What I would love is the Nerd Miner setup. That's what I would love. More importantly, 20.04. Yes, that is the huge plus. I love Focal Fossa. It's what I use on my my daily driver laptop that runs Linux. I run 20.4. Did you see the new version of, was it 23.4 is Menacing Minotaur? I think that was the name. I'll solder and send when I get time. Okay. That's fair. I think it was called Menacing Minotaur. Boot partitions. don't. I'm pretty sure it was called Menacing Minotaur. Arduino for the win. Nice, Chris Hanley. Very nice. Yeah, I would love to get some. But yeah, initial ARC support. So I'll be testing this out once I turn off 4G encoding, because I couldn't help myself and turn it on. And now I can't view display outputs. So take the cards out, put a new card in. That way I can access the BIOS again, turn off 4G encoding, update the BIOS, and then hopefully we will have we'll be able to use. Hopefully the resizable bar will help out too, because I didn't have it on to begin with, and I was using it on MMPOS, because resizable bar is in the BIOS. It's not in, like, is it in the settings? Like actual Windows settings? I think it's in BIOS settings. I don't remember. I haven't had to turn it on. But I didn't enable it on MMPOS, and it was able to run perfectly fine. But if it wasn't enabled, it would give me diminished hash rate. So I would think. No, BIOS only. Yeah, that's what I thought. If I was able to mine on MMPOS with the cards perfectly fine without enabling it. So I don't know. First things first is disabling 4G encoding. That'll be the first step. But you won't be able to adjust the clocks or monitor. That makes a lot of sense, because I couldn't monitor jack crap on MMPOS. I couldn't see temperatures. I couldn't change fan speed, which was probably, you said you were having issues with that as well, but I couldn't do anything. And I felt like adjusting overclocks didn't do much if anything at all. If that makes sense. Like, it definitely didn't help things. It didn't inherently make them worse, but it definitely didn't help it. Good morning. Good morning, my dude. 7:50 a.m. It is 9:54. The sun is shining. It's like 70 degrees outside. Read the HiveOS. They talk about dashboard limitations, basically same as MMPOS. Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting the gist of. is that it was basically the same situation. Won't be able to control fans. Like personally, if I get Windows like working properly, I will probably just mine in Windows. So that way I can at least control the fans. You know what I mean? Because that was the biggest thing, is that you couldn't really control the fans. Nor did I know how hot they were. I have like I have fans on top of them just to make sure they stay cool. Yeah, that makes sense. I can't find is there it is. Trying to find Serpent's live link and I couldn't find it. Right, yeah. Otherwise I'd have stayed on Windows. Yeah. I only have 2. So, and with that specific motherboard that I'm running, I personally wasn't going to go above 3. Right? Because I intended originally for this motherboard to be a proof of useful work motherboard, right? That was the original goal. Oh, Intel. Yeah, it's a headache. It's a headache like 80% of the time. Right? What's up, Seb? Good morning, my dude. I'm gonna get redirect set up really fast. Paste. Alright, there we go. We got Serpent's thing set. Now, turn this back on. So like right now, my current setup, this motherboard faces the opposite direction. Alright, so here's the front. I have one Intel card here. Yeah. I got one here and one here. Right? This one is, yeah, this slot's empty. I'm running Windows off of this. Okay? Right? 2 now, 10 in a few months. The most I would run is 3. And I would slot the third one right here. I would like to leave these 2 open and install a PCIe like NVMe slot. That way I can install more PCIe or more NVMe drives and increase the storage via PCIe. Because technically, when you order these boards, you don't get these other 3 or 4 power connectors. So technically, if you want to power off of the board or power the board correctly and power off the board correctly, I wouldn't exceed 3 cards off of board power. You know what I mean? That's kind of my gist right now. Nice. Very nice, Golden Wolf. Waiting on Battle Mage and hoping for a blower. I would love to have blower cards. But right now, this is what I'm working with. So, yeah. But I would love to keep these 2 for, like, some PCIe. PCI NVMe like drives. So like something like this. That way I can run potentially 4 of these. It's nice that it has a fan already on it. That's kind of helpful. And that way I can slot this into the other slot of the motherboard. And have a crap ton of storage. When repadding a dude, never. I hope never. I hope to never have to take those cards apart. Right? I think we all hope that. You know, or even something like this. This only runs 2 drives, but I could run 2 of these and get expanded storage that way. Whatever gives me the fastest storage, in my personal opinion. But that's what I plan to do with these other 2 slots. Mainly just this one. Yeah, mainly just this slot. Because this slot is like directly up against the power supply. Like, I mean, the power supply sits directly on this edge. So like anything here blocks power supply. So I'll probably never use this slot. So I'll run 3 cards and then expanded storage OS. Try to keep it all on the board. I have one with the 2. Haven't tried the 4 one yet. Yeah, my only concern with the 4 is the fact that you're gonna dumb down the storage, like speed wise. But it says it will do full speed, you know, 32 gigabits per second, 4x. But I don't know how that actually would work. Note, this one does not support hardware RAID. Only supports it in the format of soft RAID in Windows 10. Yeah, that's no good. I probably wouldn't run that then. Personally, in theory, that's what I would run. But if I can't run RAID, I'm not gonna run it. I'd rather run like this, like the 2 card one. That way we can use... Oh, this one has 4 on it. Dope. I like that. It's got 2 on the front and 2 on the back. But does it have RAID? Full speeds of 14,000 megabits. It doesn't say. Yeah, this one doesn't say. But that's nice. I like that it has it on the front and back. That's kind of cool. I love all RAID 0. Soft RAID. Oh, right here. Supports full lane E interfaces and motherboard supports PCIe split or PCIe RAID functions. Oh, RAID 0. Never mind. That's why you're saying RAID 0. It's because it's right there. But yeah, anyway. That's something that I would like to run on that motherboard. To increase the storage capacity. If I end up running it for like a proof of useful work build. Because I feel that Intel will have a pretty good compute. I mean, they do now on paper. It's just that, you know, we're lacking software. And we're lacking support for other softwares. You know, like mining software specifically. There's tons of things that I wish I could do with them that I can do with, you know, NVIDIA or AMD. That I can't just natively do. I cannot quit yawning. But regardless, our boy Serpent is live as we speak, right here, right now. So make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're not, and make sure you hit the bell notification if you haven't. That way you know we have videos dropping for the channel as well. Means fast but no redundancy. Equals poo if you want to back up. Right? But I'm using it for proof of useful work. Backing it up wouldn't be necessary, right? Because the jobs should dump when done. Right? In my head, that's how it would work. I could be wrong. But yeah, so we're gonna get out of here for the day. I got stuff to do. The wife's got wedding stuff to go work on. And I gotta mess with this rig once the baby goes down. And awesome things like that. Alright. And thank you guys, anyone that has wished me happy birthday. I greatly appreciate you guys. You guys are all out freaking standing. And yeah. Geek of all trades, what is up, my dude? What is up? Hope you're doing well. Oh, then fine. Yeah, that's what I would. I don't need to back up all the stuff, right? So, yeah. Happy Womb Liberation Day. Thank you. Mine was on the 14th. But I appreciate it, guys. You all are out freaking standing. There is a BTC address in the gaming chat of DCA Discord. If you ever feel so obliged to donate to the Steam Fund, because I'm going to buy a Steam Deck. I'm going to do that before the sale ends. That way I can play games while I'm gone. Plus I want to test out, apparently you can run 5M on a Steam Deck, so means allegedly and theoretically you can play GTA 5 Nhash server on a Steam Deck, which would be kind of cool. It'd be kind of cool. How much are they? They are $350, like $6 currently. For like the 64 gigabyte version. which is what I'm gonna buy, because I'm just gonna buy an NVMe drive, like a 1 terabyte for like $60, and upgrade my storage that way. So it's cheaper that way. It's cheaper than the 256, which is like almost 500. Make sure you install EmuDeck. Yes. And I can use all of the emulator games that this thing came with, because I'm gonna burn all of them onto my drives. No, it's really not bad. It's really not. After like taxes, shipping's free. It is gonna equal out to $390. So the discount, the taxes put it right back to the same price, minus $6. It's a $6 difference at the end of the day, because taxes, okay, Oklahoma state sales tax was like 30 something dollars. It's a lot. Because that's what EmuDeck is, what this thing runs. This thing runs EmuDeck, and I have issues with it. It is amazing. I have the complete game sets. If you need anything nice, dude, that's dope. I will for sure let you know. I gotta buy the Steam Deck first. That's the key thing here, right? You putting your own NVMe into it? Yes. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna buy a 1 terabyte off of like Amazon. Like $67 for 1 terabyte of storage. It's kind of a no-brainer, right? Or you can spend $400, almost $500 after taxes and everything, and only get 256. Plus you get a cool little Steam store logo, but I don't care about that. I'm getting a terabyte. Putting a terabyte in it and upgrading the backplate. I preemptively bought the backplate. Yeah, don't buy their dock. Their dock is expensive. You can buy the exact same dock that they sell on Jack's for like $30 instead of like $70, and it's the exact same dock. I think I spent like $46 at Jack's and got the upgraded backplate and then their dock. So I spent less than the Steam Deck stock, and I got the upgraded backplate. So that way it's see-through, and it has a big thermal pad and like heatsink on it to help with heat distribution. And still spent less than I would have for like the best Steam Deck. It is the way to go if you're gonna buy one. But I already bought the backplate and everything because they're having I don't know how long their sale ends or lasts for, like, what do you call it? They call it back to school. It's like their back to school bash sale. But I do know Serpent is live, guys. I don't want to keep y'all here. I would really like for y'all to go visit his live I'm just going to show TechMan this real fast. The news. So for the Steam Deck, it's like you can buy the 6-in-1 dock, which I don't really need the extra 6-in-1. You can get the 7-in-1, just adding more ports, or you can get the basic 5-in-1, which is the same as Steam's, right? So I have 2 USBs, an HDMI, and a USB-C, which is how you power it, right? And then you have Ethernet. All I need. And it's $29. But you can get like, there's different ones. 7-in-1, the 6-in-1. The 6-in-1 has a built-in SSD enclosure that you can add into it. But the base 6-in-1 is $42. And then transparent backplates. Which is what I bought. This exact one. So you have the vents here, and then you get this upgraded thermal pad. And they also give you other bumpers to use if you want. Though if you use these, you can't use the stock carrying case because it'll press the triggers. Yeah, so whenever I pull my back off to put on my NVMe in, I'm going to replace I'm just going to swap the back plates at the same time. All at one time. That way I can just have it done and over with. So you can spend less than Steam's dock and get an upgraded backplate and a dock for less. They're currently having like a sale. Yeah. Right here, it's like back to school. Whatever sale. Yeah, good looking at. Not a problem. If you're gonna get one, I would suggest getting that. It's kind of the way to go. And a pro tip, if you don't make an account, put everything in your cart, get all the way to checkout, like to where you're gonna put in your information, and then leave it there in your cart and wait. They will email you and give you like a 10% off coupon, and you'll get stuff even cheaper. Like before the deal, it was like $49 with like their discounts from the sale. Then they gave me a different discount after I left my stuff in the cart for most of the day. That actually ended up making it like $5 or so cheaper than their sale price. And I still got free shipping. So there's an extra pro tip for you. Whether or not you use it, I don't know. But yeah. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you tell Serpent what is up. I did that on Dogelord. Yeah, dude, I do that all the time. On almost everything I buy. I will leave it in the cart because guaranteed they will send you a discount to entice you to buy it. Wix website service will do it. They'll send you like a 50% off coupon if you make your site and let your timing run out of like your free promotion, free promotion or whatever. If you let it run out, they'll give you 50% off. Play the game. They're playing games too. Use it to your advantage. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. Much love. Peace out. We'll see you on the next one, guys. And make sure you head over to Serpent's channel. It'll redirect you for anyone that is still here that hasn't already went over. You all are awesome. Much love. Peace out. Keep your hash rates up. Your watts down low. Peace.